for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. So this is The Natural Home Wheel of the Year, Crafting, Cooking, Decorating, and Magic for Every Sabbath by Raechel Henderson. So it is a kind of more magazine feel. It's got a lot of different crafty stuffs. Obviously it's that glossy paper, so it's, even though it's not very thick, it's quite heavy for a book. I don't know that anyone cares about that, but I don't know. It's one of those things where you just grab it and you're like, this feels like a magazine. Like a little bit better quality of a magazine, but still like a magazine, not like a book, you know? It's the next one. We're talking about this one. I don't know which day you're seeing which, but we're recording both of them today. So as the title would suggest, this book is really themed around the Wheel of the Year, and it's got a little bit of everything. It's got stuff for your altars, crafts that you would expect. It's very Wicca based, so you're gonna have kind of just like, to be honest, it's the pretty generic stuff you're gonna find for the Wheel of the Year. Like, it's Samhain, have an ancestor altar. It's Imbolc, have like the Bridget's Cross. It's Ostara, have eggs. The usual stuff. It's got some recipes for each one. It has crafty things to do. Stuff really we've all seen a lot if you've been here for like a year at least. Like, I'm gonna be real. I gave it a 3 and it's a meh. Cause it's like, it's not bad, but it's just like, it's the same. Like, there's books that are already out here who have the same stuff. It just didn't feel like it added literally anything to the conversation at all. It's the same stuff. Circle Round has a lot of this. Oh God, there's one that's like, it's in a stack. I can see the cover. I know I've talked about it, like Celebrating the Great Mother, I think is what it was called. But there's just a few that like, they've been in circulation, especially online, but just in general for like ever since I started as a witch, like almost 16 years ago now. So it's not like this is new information, and especially in the age of the internet, like this is the same stuff you're gonna see everywhere. Like if you type in crafts for Litha, it's gonna pull this kind of stuff up. Like, it might not have the exact same ones, but also if you spend a day, just take an afternoon and you just look up a variety of different crafts, you're probably gonna find these. Like, make an altar cloth, like it's the same stuff that you're gonna find everywhere. The recipes are like whatever. Honestly, that is the part that kind of like, the author never recovered for me personally from that point. She kind of pissed me off. And it never got better. She never had any redeeming qualities. So like at best, it kind of maybe could have been like a 3, but a good, but I'm still like, no, because of this line. So the line in question comes from page 7. I have tried to offer recipes that can be made meatless or non-alcoholic for those readers who might be vegan or do not drink alcohol. Hi, I'm both. So looking right at me for that line. Because I am not a chef or dietitian, I have not included substitutions or suggestions on how to alter recipes. My quote that I wrote down as I was reading it, literally, most genuinely, then why add this sentence? It is an utterly pointless remark. And then, of course, by the time I got to the first recipe, I actually went back to this. Literally every single recipe had animal products, the like non-alcoholic things. It's like, but is that going to change the flavor? Because like, also, I'm gonna be so real. Why did you put that sentence there? It feels like performative trying to be inclusive, but you actually just failed. And it's, again, it's one of those that it's just like, why did you put it there? It didn't need to be there. And this is one of those times where you're like, this is what editors are for. Like, sometimes the traditional publishing world has those for a reason, and I'm just curious why the editor didn't see the hypocrisy of that sentence. And like, again, the lack of like, why is it there? Because I'm gonna be real, I am back to a vegan diet pretty much because I am allergic to so many things and it's just easier, and like that's my way to help the planet, so it's like cool, whatever. But like, if you ask a vegan who's been vegan for more than like a year, we are aware that we can change every recipe ever. We are aware. If you want to make a meatball sandwich thing, we know how to adjust it. It's like, all right, well, probably gonna use like some like variation of a mock meat, like whether it's like the actual like Gardein meatballs or the Beyond ones or Impossible. and then you have to tweak the sauce because they're gonna add like a broth or whatever. Like, we're so used to doing it. Why did you put it there? Like, it is just the stupidest sentence to add. And it's just this like, I know you exist, but also I can't be bothered. How hard is it? How hard is it really? Because it's really, really actually not that hard. It's really not. And again, if you're not gonna go there, why even mention it? Like, people who don't want to drink alcohol, who, you know, whether it's, you know, for health reasons, because you have a sobriety journey and you know that you can't go near it, or you just plain don't like it, or you might have like a whole family who just doesn't want to deal with it, like whatever, like, you're used to changing it. Why did you put it there? It just was like the biggest irk. Because like, why? Why did you put this here? It added literally nothing. Because like, if you're gonna say that you can alter things, yeah, we know that. Like, everyone knows that. Everyone who has any dietary restrictions knows how to adjust things. That's an unsaid sentence. And again, it's kind of just like, why? Why did you put this here? Because also, again, it's like the modern era. So why? Why would you say that? And it's not even that hard to find the substitutions. You don't want to use an egg? Great. Look for just egg. Bam. Done. Or flax egg. It's easy to do. You could also, depending on the recipes, you could use applesauce or a banana. They mimic it enough. And like, if you're making like a pastry, weirdly enough, soda. Yup. Take a soda can, pour it in, works as an egg. So weird, I know. That you could literally Google and find the answers for within about 5 minutes max. Like, I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of blogs and videos talking about like egg substitutions, meat substitutions. It just feels like the author was too lazy to do that extra step. And again, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. That's how most books are. Just don't have that line. It pissed me off, and I know it's stupid, but it did. So the other thing that annoyed me is that while there are a lot of pictures in here, there's a decent amount that don't. And it's kind of like, if you're gonna have a craft, you should have a picture to show what it is. And I don't think this is really on the author. They don't have any control over this when you go traditional publishing. It's the publishing house. Llewellyn, why did you do this? Because like, I expect better of you. I've seen other craft books that are existing, whether from your publishing house or another. Why did you do that? Like, I get that you wanted to save money. Like, that's what it comes down to, is you wanted to save money to pad out with other pictures, which is still stupid because you didn't really need those. Like, it has like meaningless pictures for like introducing the new chapter, but then certain crafts or recipes don't have pictures to show you the thing. And especially, like, I could even give you maybe for the recipes, but for crafting, like, shouldn't you see what an end product should look like? Because this is the one in particular that just stood out to me that I'm still like, but like, what? And it was making skeleton leaves. And it's like the weirdest thing, like you're making mulch in your like stove. It's so weird, and there's no picture telling me what to do with it. Like, I would love to see what that end result is, but of course showing you how to paint a random jar, can thing, and twigs, yeah, that needed a picture. Just why? And as I mentioned before, it is very Wicca based. It's the Holly King and the Oak King, and the crone becomes the maiden, the usual stuff you're gonna find, the very generic meanings to the Wheel of the Year. And so it's, again, it's just like, it's so generic and really didn't add anything, so it's kind of like, why? I would recommend this if you are a new beginner witch with an emphasis on Wicca. You don't necessarily have to be Wiccan, but you're tending to lean towards a lot of those beliefs, that imagery, that system you're kind of intrigued with, even if it's not traditional Wicca, because that's kind of its own separate thing now, but just in general Wicca, and you're just new, and you're just getting started, maybe you like it. Personally, I think I would still go with Celebrating the Great Mother and Circle Round. Even though they are mostly aimed at children, a lot of the crafts are good. Also, Fiber Magic, if you're wanting some crafts, really good option. So yeah, it's just, also you could Google it. Like, there's, again, it's just, there's nothing really. And again, if I'm gonna change the recipes anyways, why not just like go look online? I don't know. I know I'm I'm uppity about it. I realize that. But also, why is it there? Why? Thank you for coming along for another book review. I would love to know your thoughts on this one. What is like this is like a random question, but like what is one sentence that like tripped you out for the entire book? Again, for me, it's like this, I'm not a chef or a dietitian, so I'm not gonna figure out how to do substitutions. You do that. What was your version of that in a book you've read? Because I know there's gotta be people who have that too. So let me know in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you want to support me, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.